Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. 36 minutes still ahead of him here, round 1 of 12. Everyone knows what can take place with this guy. The Sandman's knocked out every opponent he's faced. Will the streak continue tonight?
But what his opponent wants to know is what's important. What happens when he comes out and he can't hit me? How's he going to act then?
How about a return to center? Tyson's hurt by a big shot. Unable to steady himself right now after being stunned.
1-2, 1-2.
The Sandman's work in training camp is now paying off. Do you see the accuracy and the effectiveness with that combination? Teddy, a prime Mike Tyson here has so many KO1s sprinkled across his record. Do you expect those kind of fireworks early on here?
Yeah, for a couple reasons. He understands the history. He's a history student. He likes the legacy. He wants to be like Jack Dempsey, all those fighters of the past where he's ferocious. And also, he wants to send a signal to future opponents that you should not get in the ring with him.
When you've trained in situations like this, a power puncher against a fast fighter, what kind of adaptations does the fast fighter have to consider making throughout the fight?
Well, he has to make sure that he has room in the ring, that he doesn't get trapped into corners. He doesn't get into a phone booth.
Keep moving around the ring.
The Sandman's right hand working well that time. He scored well.
Keep your head moving.
And now he's targeting upstairs. Zoning in on that gut combination punch downstairs. End of round 1. The Sandman's got things going his way right now. Was able to stun his man in that last round. Teddy, I get the sense he may be able to get him down in the upcoming round.
Well, I have the sense that he may want to start going to the body a little bit because he's hurt him in the head, but he's hanging in there. The body might finish the job.
Punches and bunches. It worked out well there with that combo.
Yeah, you know, the early punches set up the lane.
Big shot there. You know, when you bully the bully, you can do that right there. Tyson floored by the power punch.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So the knockdown scored against Mike Tyson, but his opponent may want to watch out as Tyson has steadied himself back up on his feet. Turned that hook over, but couldn't turn it into a connect.
Body shot.
Comes right back with a shot of his own. Right to the body. Oh, what a hook upstairs. Did you see that? Blistering combination. The speed of those punches just put him down.
They got there quicker than his hands got back to cover.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And it's all over. Tyson's not going to hear from those judges. He's a knockout victim.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of knockouts,
opening round here, scheduled for 12. I wonder if the knockout streak will continue here. The Sandman's been able to do it throughout his whole career. Knockout man after man, they line up in front of him.
He wastes no time. He goes right out of that corner with one thing in mind. Get rid of that guy.
That's a clean shot, able to get in with the right hand. He got all into that one. That was a solid uppercut. The Sandman's got to do a better job. He is getting rocked. Good looking 2-punch. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. Oh, a big shot comes home for him. Oh, and he goes down for the first time tonight.
1, 2.
Hard to prepare for a situation like this, but many do. He's been down, now he's got to survive.
So that's where you're wrong. It's not hard to prepare, it's a must to prepare. If you're a trainer, that's what you do in the gym. You teach a guy, if you're in this situation, this is what you do. You grab on, you move your head, you survive.
The Sandman's doing well here with that 2-punch combination. Good block by Tommy Morrison. made a checklist of advantages and disadvantages. Tommy Morrison shook up there, Teddy. And bang, and away he goes. Unable to handle that combination. He is down on the canvas. Morrison's up from the knockdown, but what we really want to look for is how he reacts in the coming moments of this fight. He gets hit, but he gives it right back. Oh, that's gotta hurt. He was able to get up and continue on last time. Now he goes down again. Morrison's getting back up to his feet after being knocked down. The Sandman's the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. Carries that punch away. Morrison's defense has failed him now. Oh man, shot after shot coming in. How quickly can he recover? That's one of the questions that'll be answered early on in this round after being knocked down in that last round.
Well, what he has to do is go out there, be defensive-minded. I think get a little time early on. Don't worry about winning or pressing the first part of the round. Just get himself together, then start picking it up after that.
The Sandman's quickly taking control of this fight early on with one single weapon of choice, and that is the jab.
Yeah, the jab and the jab at the right time. He's catching his opponent every time he starts coming in before he can get started.
Morrison's hit flush by a right hand. Teddy, I think he's going to go down. I think he's going to go down after getting tagged right there.
He doesn't know where to go. I mean, he's like...
Big shot comes crashing home. How is he going to survive this? Once again, he hits the deck.
He's going to have to find a way.
Morrison's still in a tough spot here. Don't get fooled just thinking he beat the count and everything's fine.
And I'm not so sure that he can grab. So what you got to do now, if you're a trainer, the way you taught him in the gym is you don't want to go grab because you might leave yourself open. Move your head when he comes to you, then you grab him.
Solid. A non-stop swarming attack puts him down.
His opponent feels like he's in a rainstorm.
Stopping this fight. Morrison's unable to beat the count. Knockout loss for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, by knockout.
The opening bell of this scheduled 12-rounder here. A much anticipated fight. Round one underway. The excitement in the air is palpable, and the fans have good reason to be. The Sandman's won every single one of his fights by knockout.
Yeah, and I think the anticipation in the air is twofold. One is, are they going to see another knockout? The other is, what happens if he hits his opponent and he's still there?
Good return fire that time. The Sandman's putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Right hand over the top, very accurate with it. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Quick snapping hook, and it does damage. Teddy, he did a smart thing right there. Just created enough space and then landed the counter punch.
Looked like the will of the wisps, the old great Willie Peck. Made him miss, made him pay.
The Sandman's putting his punches together now. That's a nice combination. Frazier's got a way of just getting away from that punch. Watch how Joe Frazier uses that jab. See how consistent he is with it? How can Joe Frazier have success against the counterpuncher here tonight?
Well, first of all, he's got to slip. You know, he'll move his head. You know, he'll bop and weave. So what he's got to do is slip that jab, get inside, take the distance away from the counterpuncher. You know, take that advantage away. get in close, and then counter with his own left hook. You know, everybody looks at Frazier as being just an aggressive left hooker, a leader. But he counters with the hooks because he'll make you miss, and then he'll fire at you.
You're doing great.
The Sandman's showing you that sublime skill right now with that two-punch combo.
There you go.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Not precise at all by Joe Frazier. Frazier's opponent knows exactly what the game plan can be now. That counter punch landed with some success. The Sandman's using that jab well very early on here, Teddy. That could be a big benefit to him tonight.
Well, it's supposed to be, Joe. He has a real good wingspan. I mean, he's got those long arms. No better way to put him to use than to use that jab and use that jab at the right distance.
Some fight to it, that right hand by Joe Frazier. Took a shot, now he gives a left. 90 seconds to go here in this round. Digs in with a good solid uppercut after taking a shot. Very nice work with the double jab up top. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Joe Frazier.
Inside. That's good.
Targeting that head with the combination punching. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Joe Frazier. He is not in good shape. There it is. Oh, Joe Frazier is hurt here. He went down from that power punch. Boy, his opponent is just fearless going to the inside against Smokin' Joe.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Frazier's corner needs to really get to their man after this round. They need to treat him after that knockdown. They also need to give him some sound advice. What's the advice you give him?
Well, first of all, if they're going to get the chance to get to him, he better move his head. But the advice I would give him is, hey, you go out this next round and you kill some time. Tie him up a little bit right from the beginning. Don't worry about losing the early part of the fight or the early part of the round. Just get yourself back together.
Keep that head moving, baby. Come on, champ. Okay, listen. He's going to come forward this round. Keep that jab.
Real good sign for him right here. He's coming out and looks fresh. He's up on his toes and boxing the way he was. That after a round in which he was knocked down.
Yeah, that's about DNA, and that's about genetics. I mean, he has good recovery skills. That's it.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. The Sandman's so dangerous with that accuracy. A two-punch combination landing. Good combination punching out of him here.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a musical, except right now, I don't think his opponent likes the tone of it.
Uppercut. Come on, champ. Throw that up.
Accuracy an issue there. Didn't land that straight right hand.
Keep your hands up.
Now he's putting his punches together. The combination upstairs.
Keep it going.
I like that step back right there. Just enough to be out of danger, but still close enough to then land the counterpunch.
Well, that's what happens when you have that kind of experience. You're calm enough to know that range. Know where the beginning of the punch and the end of the punch is.
Coming to the halfway point of this third round. The Sandman's landing a combination here. That's what he does when he's at his very best.
Keep working that jab, baby.
Unable to land clean by Joe Frazier.
Come on, kid. Focus now. I need you to focus for me.
Frazier's clearly affected by that. Oh, he's hurt right there. He is hurt. And yet another big shot comes in. He is not meant for life on the outside there, and he just paid the price. He goes down.
Because he didn't make his mind up. If you're not going to work out in front, get to a distance where you're safe. He stood there at a bad distance. No man's land.
And it's over. Look at this. Frazier's unable to continue. This fight is over. Knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen,
They're scheduled for 12. Here's round number 1. The Sandman's feeling pressure, And he has to be feeling the pressure because all the talk all week has been about the knockout streak. He's won every fight by knockout.
Well, there's been a little other talk, too. They've been talking about how the national anthem is usually longer than his fights.
Stay focused, work the body. Work the body, kid. That's right. Body shots, body shots.
Teddy, you've talked about it many times. Counter-puncher trying to catch a guy before he gets all the way in. Well, you know which direction Smoking Joe Frazier's going. He's coming straight in.
And that's why Ali's had so much success with him. You know, he's caught him on the way in. Once Frazier gets inside in that kitchen, you know, in that area of his punching chamber, well, then forget about counter-punching because he's glued to your chest, he's banging your body, he's taking your head movement away, he's taking some of your will away. On the way in, that's the way to go with Joe.
The Sandman's combination punching is working well here. Reaching the halfway mark of this round.
Keep your back off the ropes, baby.
A good block. The Sandman's doing well here with that two-punch combination. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Well, his opponent got away from that uppercut. And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one.
Keep it tight. Good, good.
The Sandman's the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. Throws out the jab and then brings back the uppercut up top. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down blue and red corner what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
One.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. A well-placed left hand up top. You get a guy into the gym, you put him on the double end bag for the first time, you can have some fun with that, right?
Well, you can get frustrated with it
That's
too,
what I'm talking
Joe.
about.
Absolutely, because it's coming at you. You get a little discombobulated. You know, you can miss. You can get frustrated. You got to start off nice and slow, just with a basic punch, a jab. And then once you start getting the timing, you can increase a little bit. But the most important thing for the double end ball, or the crazy bag, that some people call it, is after you throw the punch, you move your head. And then after you get practice at moving after your last punch, then you remember the other ways you can move. You can use your legs, you can punch, you can step out a little bit.
Huge left hand from Smokin' Joe. The Sandman's sitting back right now, Teddy, and looking for that counterpunch opportunity, isn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's waiting, you know, he sees that his opponent is in his armory, so to speak. You know, he's in his castle. He's getting him to come out of his castle. He wants him to come out of his castle, so now he can attack.
Good step back counterpunch there.
Beautiful.
Frazier's able to land a good, solid left hand. Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Joe Frazier. The Sandman's not just loading up. He's landing combination punches like he did right there. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Frazier's last round, to me, Teddy, completely ineffective. His accuracy way off the mark, throwing punches, but lost the round.
Joe, talking about being off the mark, if you're traveling outside and you're lost, you need a map to find your way. He needs a map right now to find his way. He needs some direction.
What an impact that left hand just made by Joe Frazier. Good flush shot upstairs. He has found his groove with his right hand. Solid hook upstairs. Solid straight right hand. The Sandman's putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination.
Feed him to the
Teddy, you talk about going out and making a few opening statements here. The jab has spoken loudly for him.
Yeah, it has spoken loudly. What it's told his opponent is you're not just going to walk in. You're not coming into my house. It's going to be hard. I got a couple locks, a couple padlocks on here.
The Sandman's doing what every trainer wants to see their fighter do. Land punches in bunches. The combination lands. Gets him with the right hand. The Sandman's putting his punches together now. That's a nice combination.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Frazier's effort has been admirable, but I don't think he's getting the results he would like to get here. He's tiring himself.
Yeah, what I think is starting to happen here, Joe, we saw him throwing a lot of punches, but not real effective punches. I'm wondering now, he's ahead right now in this part of the fight, but I'm wondering if he's getting discouraged because it didn't have the effect on his opponent he wanted it to.
He just missed that shot up top, and round 3 comes to an end.
Keep it up. Keep those hands moving.
And let's show you Teddy's scorecard for the first 3 rounds. Combination to the head.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Frazier's way off the mark. That punch didn't have a chance. The Sandman's in a good rhythm defensively here. Teddy, what is that, a credit to his ability to anticipate?
You know, also, it's the teaching. Let's give the trainers credit. Of course, let's give his background of the amateurs credit, but
What will Frazier do right now? He was rocked moments ago. If I'm Frazier, I just tie up.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
This is the best of Joe Frazier we can see right now. A Joe Frazier who makes a mistake, who nearly goes down, but survives. The Sandman's missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. Well-placed, well-timed combo up top. Oh, and there you go. Teddy, he goes down, and he was on the outside where he doesn't like to be.
where he shouldn't be, and he paid a price.
Joe Frazier's rising back up. That takes some guts. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand.
Keep moving, keep moving.
And now just wasting away some time with that clinch.
He's tired. Still not moving enough. Come on now, move, move.
The Sandman's showing you that sublime skill right now with that two-punch combo. Oh, that's a big shot with the left hand. Wow! And once again, he goes down. The question is, can he rise up again?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Just what he needed. The bell to end that round. He was taking a lot of punishment there.
Well, if he hit a bad driver, you know, he was a golfer, you say he has to have a short memory. Forget about it. There's another hole coming up. Well, you have to have a short memory right here as a fighter. The only thing is, you better get some advice to go out there because you don't want to hit that fairway the same way.
You can tell he's just looking to survive. Frazier's holding his opponent right now, just hugging him.
Yeah, he's doing what he has to do. Look, they work on this in the gym, Joe. We look at all the things where you work on the pads, you work on the heavy bag, putting punches together, but you work on this, on moments when you're in trouble and when you have to survive.
Oh! Picture perfect combination, and he is floored.
Well, the old timers would say you can hit a guy with two. Why hit him with one?
It's over. This fight is over. Frazier's unable to get up and continue on.
Ladies and gentlemen, by knockouts, your winner and still champion of the world, the Sandman.